He's so fucking... He's such a dipshit that he thinks he can, like, debate lord his way out of this.
Here's Hassan. He's above it. Being the better man. Like Robbie Williams, you know? Better man. Like Robbie Williams.
Like, there's nothing here, guys. Like, this is just... It's game over. It is fucking game over for Destiny.
I'm joining the Chinese. I'm learning Mandarin. How have you fucked this up this bad? Even if you're faking shit, how do you fuck it up this bad? Let's check in with my good friend, Hassan, who has apparently covered it already. Apparently he's already covered it. So I figured, what better way for me to avoid having to do pretty much any work whatsoever in rounding up clips or filings and figuring out what parts of the filings are important and which ones, you know, what any of it means and whether any of it matters to the case. When I can just sit here and watch this high-tier legal analyst discuss it for me and commentate over that. Exactly, work smarter, not harder. So let's see this.
Being outed publicly for sexting a minor in the middle of a legal battle he appears to be losing. What are you talking about? This is like... Wait, oh, is this new? Destiny's now having a meltdown in DG chat because spoiled white girl, Pixie Love, committed the crime of hiring an expert's forensic guy to verify that Bonarelli had been tampering with and falsifying evidence submitted to the court. Wait, what the fuck is this? Dude, I'm gonna lose it. It cannot be this Mimi for court shit. Plaintiff has preceded 3,000 documents, or produced 3,000 documents. This piece of shit sent me every single Discord message in a separate text file. And like 80% of what she provided were just messages from our group chat. I'm so fucking annoyed. Like, this whole thing is a giant fucking joke to her. It's all memes and shit. Sauce, they paid some stupid fuck experts forensics guy to say my logs are tampered with, and they're comparing them to Solo's logs, who we can't depose, who wasn't part of the case.
Dude, I saw some DGG comment somewhere. This case has made me lose all faith in the legal system. It's like this guy's whole fucking career. It's been about how, oh, you shouldn't undermine institutions and all this shit. Like, nothing has happened in this legal case that is actually, like, outside, from what I can tell, that is actually really outside of the norm or, like, shouldn't have happened. You know? Pixie has not gotten everything she wants, but there's enough there to pursue a case. You know, like, obviously there's enough there. Destiny basically admitted that it happened. So there's enough there to pursue a case. So, yeah, they're hashing out the case. Yes, the case has not just been thrown out. It's continuing. And that's making you lose faith in the legal system? The fact that this case is, like, being heard in some way? Like, how fucking retarded are you? How flimsy was your belief in this? Like, you clearly just... You like, believed in the legal system in, like, this bizarre, vague, abstract way where you don't actually know what you believe and you don't understand how any of it works. You're just sort of like, yeah, I think good things happen because of our courts. No, believing in the system is understanding the process and thinking it's going to produce better outcomes on the whole. The idea that one case ever just, like, completely breaks your faith in the legal system is, like, pretty absurd in the face of it.
Even fucking speak for any of this shit. I'm actually so fucking it's actually so fucking R-worded. Destiny, that 50K is going a long way compared to whatever you spent. She's not using that 50K. Her parents are loaded and are covering this 100%. It's so annoying that I've spent so many days and weeks of my time compiling stuff. She hasn't turned over anything and just frolicking around like nothing is even happening, and they're just playing games the whole fucking time. Destiny, what is Jane Doe's incentive for dragging this case out with this bullshit memes this long? Is it just to burn your reputation? Dude, these guys are... I mean, his cult is so fucking stupid. Like, they just don't understand, like, that there's a wronged party here. And, of course, the wronged party is going to... understandably follow through. According to Pixie's new legal filing, it has been definitively determined that Destiny was sending pornographic material to a minor and was in possession of CSAM of that same minor. Lock him up. I mean, yeah, that's what is this in Pixie's?
His goal is attacking a reputation. Yeah, but
like,
what does attacking a reputation do? Like, I understand, like, it insulated his viewers for a while, But that doesn't even matter anymore. He's fucking demonetized. Who gives a fuck if he's got any viewers? You know? Like, what's he even winning? What does he even win from this? It's just, I guess he hurts her. I guess, you know, he is just like a sick, perverted fuck, so maybe that's enough. But it doesn't, like, materially hurt her. It's just like, you know, it's like psychological. Because she doesn't do anything online at this point. So it's like, who gives a fuck? So it's not like she's streaming. The reputation doesn't really matter.
Her legal team reveals that Rose, the then underage child Destiny was exchanging CSAM with, has been issued a subpoena and is sent to be deposed. After finally ascertaining Rose's legal identity, plaintiff has obtained evidence that Rose's date of birth is October 30th, 2004. Thus, when Bonnell was exchanging pornographic content with Rose between March of 2022 and until October 30th, 2022, Rose was a minor. See Exhibit B here too, redacted official certification of the Department of Motor Vehicles driving record. Well, yeah, the fact that he's like complaining about this when this is an active court case where obviously the party that was victimized is going to do everything they can to
Pixie
put
streams
together
are great.
a
Let me see if I can find some clips
case
of
that,
Pixie streams.
you know, like, what do you mean Destiny Jane Doe's incentive for dragging this case? Superboy to attack my reputation to waste my money. Since she has no reputation and never will, hers doesn't matter. And since her parents are apparently loaded, it's not her money, so she doesn't care. Do you know why she wants to bring you down so bad? It feels so out of the blue. You were friends before? Bro, what is happening in this fucking community? Are they that oblivious to what's going on? Are they talking about Pixie here? Who's suing him for what? I don't know this clown's news. Dude, I don't even know where to begin, okay? Jesus Christ. Destiny procured child sexual abuse material from a minor. 100%. This is like now officially in the court documents, okay? And in the process of procuring child sexual abuse material from a minor, he, I don't know why he did this, but sent that minor a bunch of videos of him having, sometimes consensually recorded sex acts with other people, and sometimes unconsensually recorded sex acts with other people. He had compiled like this entire library of content that he sent to a minor that he was trying to fuck. Okay? And
could you wish a happy birthday to my friend Dez? Tinny is going to prison, please. Yeah, no problem. Happy birthday, Dez. Tinny is going to prison.
Then, somehow, that minor or an associate or someone leaked all of those videos. And then people basically were like, what the fuck? These are people that you consider orbiters, like people that were members of his community, girls that were content creators within his orbit of influence, girls that were dating other content creators who were also orbiters of his. And they were obviously very frustrated with the reality when they found out that he was just sending their sex tapes to random people that he was trying to fuck. So one of the victims actually sought damages and sued him for releasing the revenge porn.
That's just, I can't believe this bitch would
of
do
them
that.
having sex.
I can't believe this disgusting bitch would do that.
This is that court case. And then there were other victims that I think also joined in on the court case as well. There was also another person that found out that she was actually unconsensually recorded while having sex with this person. There's a criminal charge potentially as well. And this has just been like an ongoing legal battle for him in the state of Florida. And in the process of this ongoing legal battle, he went in and hired the same law firm that actually defended Prince Andrews. But the problem is, he's such a dipshit that he thinks he can like debate lord his way out of this. Also worth mentioning that the reason nobody goes after him is because they fear his community. Yeah. But in the process of all this stuff happening, he he literally went to one of the worst communities of doxers and egged them
I
on,
mean, well, everyone goes after him now.
flexing about how they would never find the information of this minor. Okay. And he even revealed details about said minor. So, of course, that community of doxers found the information of said minor and confirmed that she was a minor at the time. But
True,
if you
true.
have an ongoing legal
Diorio
battle,
said he only goes after crazies until he stopped saying that, and until until they went after Ethan, and then he stopped saying that because they went after Ethan and Willie. So he said actually they're the worst community on the internet, the scariest, worst community ever on the internet. You know, like what he said to President Sunday in private long before then, but then he lied in public and said that he thought they were totally fine and only went after crazy people. You know, because Diorio is a dishonest, fat person mindset fucking rat who takes the path of least resistance at all times. Whether that's sucking Destiny's cock, sucking Ethan's cock, or sitting on his fat ass eating 3,000 calories every day. It's just the path of least resistance the whole way.
it's probably better for you to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Especially because only a month ago or 2 months ago, not shutting the fuck up caused people to go and find the identity of this person and confirm that she was a minor when you were getting CSAM from them. Destiny, how much longer do you think it goes on for? No clue. It looks like they want to try and make it survive the trial, but I have no idea why. She has absolutely nothing.
Yeah, next on his Ozempic, who's only eating 3,000 right now.
Do you think he's going to pull out the ethical CP debate in court? I don't fucking know. But somewhere along the way, wait, what? We don't have to cover this every week? Okay, I'm going to start banning motherfuckers.
Yes, we do.
I haven't talked about this in months. What are you talking about?
That's not true. You were talking about it last week, but we love you for it.
And the only reason why I brought this up is because because JD Vance is seemingly trying to go after Destiny on some free speech shit, which I said was inappropriate and unacceptable. And then someone said, "Oh, have you seen this?" And revealed to me that there's new details in this court case.
See, look at Hassan. Hassan's so gracious. He's so merciful. Destiny targeted by JD Vance, which might be true, we don't even know. Destiny targeted by JD Vance. Hassan says, Destiny, I'll stand up for your rights. I'll stand up for your First Amendment rights. Hassan targeted by the Trump admin. Oh, fuck this guy. Actually, I think this guy should go to fucking prison. I think it'd be doing the left a favor if all these guys could put him in fucking prison. But here's Hassan. He's above it. Being the better man. Like Robbie Williams, you know? Better man. Like Robbie Williams.
I hate when motherfuckers go, you talk about this every week. I don't. I hate when dumb fucks say shit like that. As a matter of fact, the only reason why I had to describe the details
I'm going to go and get
case
food soon. So
is because chatters were like, I don't know who the fuck this person is, or I don't know what the fuck this person has done. Evidence to the reality that I don't actually cover this shit that much. For understandable reasons. There are far more consequential things happening in the world. What?
Robbie Williams' predictive program, the Vegas shooting.
Anyway.
Is that it?
His community and orbit have been one massive knot of reality show style interpersonal drama for like a decade, and likely so many people had their lives affected or ruined by this scene. More people need to know. I know.
Is that it?
But yeah, it seems like he's just more invested in eating whatever damages that come if this goes to court. Or I mean, it is in court already, but it seems like he's just invested in eating whatever damages happen, knowing full well that it's going to happen, but in the process, like retaining some, retaining whichever percentage of the cult that he can maintain. And that's why he's just like steadily victim blaming and talking about how this lawsuit is actually for purely selfish reasons, and that this person has no reason to do such a thing. Like the smart thing to do in this situation would be to just shut the fuck up, let your lawyers do the talking. But he's obviously not doing that because he thinks well, whichever way the court case goes, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, sure, I eat a lot of damages, but like I would need to retain a sizable chunk of my audience that's like hemorrhaged.
So I mean, Destiny was on Food Shops last night as well. I don't think I'll watch that, but there's this post. I don't know what this little fucking retard is trying to do. Like what? Like, is this a troll post? I truly don't understand. Oh, Heropi. No, I'm not gonna do that. Hello, Pixie's lawyers. I am suffering from severe mental health issues, and your client's pursuing of this case is causing me extreme emotional and physical distress. Please retract your mention of this channel, as it is bad for my mental health. You may contact any of my doctors to get records of my mental health as proof. Please consider this could be counted under defamation. That's mentioning my channel in relation to this lawsuit. If you want severe reputation... Yeah, Food Shop's getting that defamation case very soon. Post haste. Especially with pursuing a client who is accused of severe actions. Your continued reputational damage that you inflict on me could have legal consequences, triggering me to sue Pixie into lawyers for $15 million for defamation and look to get her lawyers contact to the Bar Association they're associated with for review. Your legal actions are putting my business and career at risk. Further evidence of the spoliation is Bondle's admission on a live stream on September 8th, 2025 that these preserved communication logs were artificially created by him. Information is lost, so it's not an original file. I'm trying to reconstruct a file. I'm artificially creating a file by reconstructing a log of stuff, and that's what I'm trying to do, and it's not working. But I've also admitted to using AI to format data into the Excel spreadsheet file. So the one thing I did see was Food Shop's like asked Destiny, should I get a lot? I need to, dude, I'm so fucking stupid. Food Shop's asked Destiny, like, should I get a lawyer? Should I lawyer up? It's like, even Destiny's like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking? You're not being sued. You're not a fucking defendant in this case. There's no like cause of action against you. What fucking reason would you have to get a fucking lawyer? Dude, no. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It just comes off like you want to be involved, you know? Dude, this guy's seething. This guy's mad as hell because someone's hanging out with fucking Lily Pichu and Pokimane. This guy's mad as hell. Me, flying around the US doing public debates despite receiving pages of death threats while the VP pushes to prosecute me for my speech. Hassan, can't go to TwitchCon because it's too risky, but immediately jumps to publicly announce I'm going to events on Instagram so he can farm clout. Lol. Lamau even. I'm the real freedom fighter. God, he's so gay, man. It's so bitter. It's just so bitter. Hassan looks like he's having fun here, though. Hassan looks like he's having fun. The fit is... It could be better, really, couldn't it? I don't know why Hassan feels the need to wear these, like, fucking insanely baggy trousers everywhere. If they were just, like, slightly less baggy, this would be, like, way better. It's fine, like, baggy trousers is fine, but, like, these are, like, crazy. It just... I don't know, man. Isn't it right? But hey, he's hanging out with like 45-year-old women who dress like teenagers, so I mean, what can you expect? Oh, potentially criminals alive.
And he could say that's gonna contradict any of this. That's gonna make any fucking sense to anybody. I don't care what him and Zip Zik and Suck and Food Slops can all hang out with.
Yeah.
There's nothing to workshop here. There's nothing to workshop. Like, there's nothing here, guys. Like, this is just, it's game over. It is fucking game over for Destiny. You know, and this guy just cites all the shit from the farms that got leaked. And, yeah.
Let's run it back. What was he saying?
We're going to see what proper lawyering leads to. That's Chowpo! Because of that.
This guy, man.
Hold on here.
Okay. Let's see what he's saying. This guy's nowhere near as bad as Legal Mindset, so
you know, it's the and we'll bring this up just so you guys can see what Cardi
he has
is.
his moments, but
Cardi is referred to as the civil action relating to disclosure of intimate images. So just like we're doing spelling time, Cardii. Cardi went into effect on October 1st of 2022. And that becomes the issue of where we're at, because depending on what Pixie or Destiny says, Destiny has claimed that no, I didn't do it at that point. Based on the screenshots and my information from Rose. And remember, the problem with Destiny's information is it looks fucking sketch. And Destiny's the one who's compiled all this data. I hope that Lou guy's here, because the reason why we're not going to trust Destiny here is because we're going to see what proper lawyering leads to. And we're going to see that what Pixie's offered and why Destiny hasn't done it. Once again, we're going to get to that story of what's not being done tells you a lot more than what is being done. Destiny claims this happened on around March 10th of 2022. So 6 months prior. If this was correct, Pixie can not use the federal statute. It starts on October 1st. So that's the date Pixie has to get past. Well, based on what Pixie believes, she believes it was October 4th of 2022, which means she wins and she survives. Now, there are other things that Pixie has tried to do. She's tried to amend her suit. She was able to amend it to include Abby MC. And Abby MC is somebody where Destiny has basically kept on disseminating these things by having them on the Google Drive. So that is where we're at. And that's kind of like I said, we're kind of catching up on everything here. Now, Destiny filed his stuff, and we went over it, I think, last week or the week before. And now Pixie has come on. And remember, I told you guys, you're supposed to, when you read only one side, it's okay, yeah, they got a good case. But now the other side gets to jump.
Yeah, American date format is actually retarded. It's so dumb. It's day, month, year. That makes the most sense. It's like so clear to anyone that's not like some like absolute fucking inbred hick that's like the best way to do it. But for some reason, this entire fucking country just like does it wrong, and they just like insist on doing it wrong.
But then they could say, no, that's not so much. And we're gonna get to all the big stuff here. So, and real quick, gotta get some of these comments here real quick. Vodka Blood's been a member for 22 months. Thank you for the support. Also, I forget where we were messaging, but I got the thing you sent. It's a little small, but it's like
it's like actually, it's truly. I like looked down on it so bad. I totally looked down on the American date format. Absolutely, it is inferior. Sign of an inferior culture. When you can't do basic shit like that, right? When you just when there's like really basic shit, like to anyone, it makes sense. To anyone that's like normal, it makes total sense. Day, month, year. Smallest length of time, middle length of time, longest length of time. Makes total sense. Just smooth, clear, obvious. But you just do it like another stupid fucking way. Because what? You've got some like backwards attachment to it. You're in a degenerate inferior culture. That is like sure sign.
With a little bit of work, but thank you. It's very cool, and I appreciate the thing you sent. Thank you so much. And he's saying, "Woo! Not a late stream. I could be here live for." Yes. Later tonight, guys, I am going on with Flash. He wants to talk about the Diddy stuff and some Destiny stuff, so we're gonna do that. We'll hang out for a little while.
Yeah, no, so, I'm actually not saying any counter arguments right now.
Torgo the White's been a member for 23 months. Says, did you get what I sent you on Steam yesterday? I'm not even aware something came for me on Steam. Hold on. Where do I go to? Hold on. Where do I go to? Is it in the store? Well, hold on. If you sent me something, like a message, I don't know here. Hold on.
Yeah. Do not even get me started on Fahrenheit. That is another one. Like, dude, it's so crazy. Hegemon, by the way, World Hegemon. Thank God you guys are giving that up. Holy fuck.
Invite. I don't know where to go. So if you sent me something, I don't know. Not sure. I'm not sure. So if you did, I don't know where it's at. You're gonna have to help me figure that out. Ice Bread says, I enjoyed your film debut on Kino Casino as the sandwich judge. Yes. I feel really bad for them because I gave them a bunch of cuts. Like I did they only had like the 3 lines for me to do, and I did them a bunch of different ways, and I guess none of them were good. I feel real bad about it. I feel really bad about it. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the boys. I will tell you, they sent me the pages of the script I had to read out of, and they put, you guys could tell, they put in a lot of work. They had like it looks like you're reading a script. Like it's in that font that's like in a script, and it's like in this nice center they legit had a hard script put together. Like it was very, very, very well done. I will say they put a ton of work in on it. But thank you very much. I appreciate you guys noticing. Uncivil Law, Kurt. Guys, Kurt, friend of the show, friend of the channel, friend of mine, says, you're doing okay. You're having an oatmeal protein shake right now. And then I'm going to go to the gym at about 30 and do some workouts, maybe some deadlifts. Well, there you go, Kurt. I saw that, man. I saw you working on your squats out there. Good job. Good job. I mean, all I can say is, it's been a long time since I did them, but if you can go lower, better. But you're out there doing the work, man. Just be safe and keep getting those gains, man.
Get to the point, bro.
Keep it up. You're doing good out there. Working hard. Working hard.
I want to know why Destiny's losing. Tell me.
So, HIV1 says great cameo. Thank you. Then Elfpire Ava, been a member for 3 months. Thank you.
Oh my God.
So guys, tonight we are live on Kick. We're live tonight on Twitter.
Elfpire Ava, the fucking bat lolicon fucking lawyer loser. Quote unquote self-taught lawyer.
I think Pixie beats this motion for dismiss for subject matter jurisdiction. She's proven enough. And yeah, once that happens, we're now into Discovery. And Discovery's where Destiny doesn't want to go, and Destiny's going to be terrified of going. So I definitely think so. So let me see. Please don't stream the creepy. What creepy crane? What? Well, I don't know. What about cookie stream? I'm not going to do a cookie stream. So anyways, let's see here. Yes, welcome to the Dentist Zone. But yeah, the guys worked really, 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 really hard at it. Lou says Destiny said last night that he finished his side of Discovery. He hasn't had depositions yet, and Destiny says a lot of things. I mean, that's Destiny has said a lot of things, man. I don't know, that's my, is he the most reliable narrator in the world? I think that's where we're gonna get to it. So here we go. Let's get started, chat. Let's get to it.
Destiny does do be saying a lot of things. That's true.
Now, I just want to show this to you guys.
You can't knock him on that.
Super important.
He do be saying a lot of things.
Some other things other things have been done here. They did another declaration of Andrew Brettler was filed. There was a notice of it. There were some exhibits submitted. Destiny also has another attorney, a guy named Joel Sichel. He is also representing Destiny. He's here on behalf of Stephen Bedell II, meaning Destiny. So that is what he's appearing here. So there was an order to appear pro VJ. And they went ahead and did that. They went ahead and did that. This guy has a paperless order. So it was granted. The guy's allowed to be here. And now we're on to the big stuff. We're now on to the stuff we need to learn.
Yeah, Philly, that's like crazy low IQ stuff. That's like just showing that is like American culture being degenerate and inferior. Oh, we say January 15, so we write 0115. That's like retarded. It is the 15th day of January 1970 whatever, or I don't know what fucking years you would even say this happened in. But whenever, printing presses would have been way long before that, but yeah, whatever, 1776, whatever, fuck, that's like how you would do it, obviously. You're so mad you can't make a sentence. It's true. I am mad about this. American culture needs to be wiped out, okay? American culture is a degenerate, inferior culture that needs to be gone. We're done with American culture. Should have stayed a colony. Facts. 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 This isn't about violence. This will be, state violence. There'll be re-education, okay? There's going to be re-education. When China takes over, I'm joining the Chinese. I'm learning Mandarin.
And
G, save us. G, save us. G, liberate us from month, day, year. G, liberate me from daylight savings time. G, liberate me from removing the U's from words that have OU. Thank you for the 279, Josh Gosh.
Be here. Sorry, chat. When you open stuff up on Court Listener, it gets all tardo on you. So, and it's like you're trying to move it all around. You're just like, come on, do what I need. Do what I need. Do what I need. Need what I do. So there we go. All right. Here we go. Chat, remember, we are dealing with federal court, so everything is going to be seen here in federal court, and that's where we're starting off at. We're starting off at here. United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida.
I know we did that at the same time, but it's still,
as you may know it tonight.
Western.
And really quick, actually, we should probably get to this before we talk further. This popped up very cryptically. Sherry, one of the women that Destiny used and abused and tossed away. She says, "My name is Derica Catalano. My MBPD is the Metropolitan or Miami. Miami. Oh, what is it? MBPD. I forget what it means. It's oh God, what is it? Hold on here. I think it's the Miami Beach Police Department. The Miami Beach Police Department. I think is what she's saying. That's what I think. So the city of Miami Beach. That's where I think she lives. I don't know. But she's saying my case number, I filed a police report 2025-8421. Well, I don't think she's reported to have been the victim of a crime lately. So you're like, I wonder what that one's about. I think we all know. And Lou says, will that be subject to
Yeah.
It's part
For
so
real,
probably
frankly, for real. Liberate me from niche. Facts.
under Florida law and pretty much a lot of state laws. Those are protected until the case is disposed of or cleared.
Okay,
so,
we
not
just
right now,
put
probably
this
very soon. I doubt they're going to do a whole lot with it. Remember, I told you guys, I don't think you're going to find anybody who's going to want to press charges against Destiny. And then number two, is that still even the right thing that we should see? Or we may
the tweet
want
still up?
Like, we may want that deep down inside.
I mean, the tweet is still up, so I assume Sherry doesn't give a fuck.
But is that what's best for the body politic or anything like that at this point? That's not going to be available. Lou says, not even the complaint. Well, this is all they have is a police report saying, hey, or a case number opened up saying, someone came in, I spoke to Ms. Catalano, here's what she told me, blah, 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 end of report. She might have a written statement, or they might have body cam footage of it. Yeah, none of that's going to be available. None of that's going to be available right now. None of that's going to be available right now because it's part of an investigation. So, yeah, who's Cypher? Zach says he trades CSAM. I don't disagree with you, but I'm talking about Cherry. Cherry is an adult. So him doing the revenge porn thing is the issue there. That I don't think should be prosecuted at this point. There are means to take care of it. But for the CSAM, yes, he should be in trouble for that. The CSAM stuff he should be in trouble for. So, let's see here. So that is just the interesting thing here. So is this Cherry from PB's Playhouse? No, Cherry is one of another one of what JSOX people got mad about that I called him out Destiny's bipolar hose. But yes, they're women he preys upon because they're mentally pliable and, you know, their shit's not together. I mean, the shit wouldn't work on Anna Kasparian because she's not psycho. But women who have a lot of issues, yes, he can fly them and work with them. That's why he preys on them, because he recognizes their damaged goods. And he can fuck with them. That doesn't mean they deserve it, but like a real predator, he knows what he can go after. So. I'm not simping for Anna, so stop it. Okay. Let me see here. So we're going to start off. Here we go, chat. The United States Court for the Southern District of Florida, out of Miami.
Great Britain emoji. Date, month, year. Months provide the most useful context, like seasons/weather, while days are granular, and matter only after knowing the month. Maybe reconsider your former empire's position in the world.
That's so retarded. Thank you for the $5, but that's like a totally retarded thing to say. It just totally makes the most sense the whole way to have it. Day, month, year. Oftentimes, you'll be looking at recent documents. That's the usual case. If you're looking at a document or something, it's usually going to be recent. You're able to quickly find out when it was in relation to your current day by having the day first. Would be my counter argument to that.
Or Miami. We're the land of highline cocaine. And Jane, don't remember because Pixie has the right not to use her name for now versus Destiny. Stephen Kenneth Bennell II. So remember, this is her opposition to the motion to dismiss. Because remember, chat, you have three parts to motion practice. The motion is hit over to the other side. The other side responds. It sends the ball back over the fence, over the net. And then the person in the movement who initially filed the motion gets to do a reply. So it's a three-part thing. There's the hit, the return, and then you hit it again. It's three parts. That's all you should get. That's all you should have. And oh my God, this is so fucking bright today. Turn my eyes. We're gonna turn this down here. Let me see here. There we go. It's better on my eyes. Damn, I was hurt for a while. Okay. Now remember, Destiny's challenging the subject matter jurisdiction of the court. Now remember, you guys can laugh. Normally sovereign citizens do this. But
yeah,
this is a valid thing for Destiny to say. The law
even
is not
year,
valid.
month, day makes more sense than month, day, year. Year, month, day makes way more sense if you're going by that logic of what gives you the most information.
The law does not cover my conduct in this time frame. And that's a subject matter jurisdiction thing. Alyssa says, could Pixie file for an extra response? She could ask. She could ask for a SIR reply. But it's not guaranteed. As we talked about, and I don't know if you're here for, when we cover the stuff with decline, a lot of you guys are saying, oh my God, why do these judges have such crazy rules? Because otherwise the parties go back and forth like Russell Greer, where it's just bing, 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 bing all day long. Courts don't want that. So this is a potential issue. Could she ask for it? Sure. But I don't think she's going to need it. I don't think she's going to need it. But she can always ask. Yes, as long as you're not yelling it as a magic word, it's a valid objection. So what do they point out here? This motion is nothing more
guys,
than...
that was a great time to remind you. Still a quick show. 420 people watching, 67 likes on stream, almost 360 people. And please keep moving the cursor, thumbs up and clicking it, or pressing a thumbs up on the mobile device. That'd be hugely appreciated. If you want to take your support one step further, you can donate directly through a Stream Elements link in the pinned chat message. You can also buy a membership to the channel, gift a membership to the channel, gift a whole bunch of memberships randomly throughout the chat, buy a super chat which will highlight your message and read it on TTS, or buy a super sticker which is a YouTube image or GIF that we highlight in chat. I'll describe it to you. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, or reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
An improper attempt to short circuit the card he claims. The motion
My
rests on
throat
factual
is
disputes when
kinda
his disclosures
struggling.
predated, or whether he disclosed the video to Abby.
Thank you for the $50, Matt N. That's hugely appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That go to the heart of the action. And they say by styling his factual defense as a jurisdictional challenge. I mean, the problem is though they are factual, correct, but they are also a jurisdictional challenge. Like they're both. They're both. So they're saying that Destiny is seeking to have it resolved via 12b1 motion. I think this is actually a valid motion for Destiny to file. It makes sense. I think this is a correct action. But notice, those attorneys would probably make the same argument. It's just their job to say this is all bullshit. And they say that is not the law. Under binding 11th Circuit precedent, when jurisdictional issues are intertwined with the merits, as they are here, the court must assume jurisdiction and deny dismissal. I think that's ultimately what the court's going to do anyway, just because the facts that Destiny present as proof is not very good. They say at most the arguments may be raised as summary judgment after discovery is complete. For now, the motion should be denied outright. And I agree, it should be denied. So they point out, when discovery closes on December 16, 2025, but it's still in its early stages. Written discovery is ongoing and depositions have not yet been conducted. And see, that's the thing, Lou. You were saying, well, Destiny said he's done. He did written discovery. He hasn't had a deposition yet. They point out that the written discovery only began after the plaintiff's protective order was granted. And Pixie produced 3,000 documents. And apparently Destiny freaked out saying, they put like a response on every page. And wow, it's like, they could produce it however the fuck they want to, buddy. Suffer. Why is Destiny being sued, David? Destiny's being sued for revenge pornography. Basically, he had naked pictures of Pixie in video, and he shared them with somebody without her consent. So, kind of what Aaron Immel did. So they say, the defendant, however, delayed production till the 12th and provided incomplete, deficient, and forensically unsound materials. Yes. Remember, guys, all of Destiny's shit, as we went through it, the stuff's cut off, and it's all wiggle-wobbly, and, squiggles and weird artifacts everywhere. It doesn't work. They go on to say Destiny's ESI, electronically stored information, was not collected and preserved in a forensically sound manner. Correct. Because he ended up deleting a lot of shit. Thus, it cannot be authenticated as not reliable. Exactly. Nerd Eagles is kind of what Aaron Himmel did, basically. Except, that one was just a nipple slip. This is like her getting plowed by Destiny, but yes. Yeah. And they say, see the declaration of the forensic expert, Jesus Pena. Pixie hired an expert. You know that,
Okay, so
when you go back through this, guys, and we're going to do this real quick here. Jesus Pena.
Whatever.
Whatever the fuck you want to call him. I don't know. Somebody from, I don't know. Is he in Encanto? I don't know. They have an expert testifying about their information. When you go down to Destiny's motion to dismiss, you see Destiny's declaration, and you don't have anything else. You have Destiny, and then you have Destiny's attorneys. But there's nothing of. There's no expert witness. Now, remember what I told you. Remember what I told you guys before. And this is something we need to think about, and I tell you this all the time. What's not done and what's not said can tell you just as much as somebody saying something.
Okay.
So what don't you see here for Destiny? You don't see expert testimony saying our shit's golden. If they could have, they would have, but they didn't. And Pixie says, my shit's good to go. Destiny's is not. And I think we'd all agree that Destiny's stuff was not up to par. I think we could all agree Destiny's stuff was not up to par. And that's just when we go through and...
I don't know if I trust that part.
Like, we looked at these things.
I don't know. Is it standard to always have like an expert witness to verify your discovery presentation? I don't know.
These things don't match up. Some of this stuff is weird. Like, there were artifacts in these things. When we go to the other parts of Destiny's exhibits, like, things were just like, why is this all crooked and not in a line? And why are there like spots where you can kind of see like cutoffs and the font's different and things don't touch? Like, why is this different here now than it is up on the page above it? Why does all this, like, why is this now messed with? There's so much of this that doesn't look good. It doesn't look forensically sound. And the reason why Destiny didn't go out and get somebody to testify to that, it's because we already know the answer. Destiny can't find anybody who's willing to testify to that because it's not forensically sound. It isn't forensically protected. But if you don't make that claim, you're not in trouble for
the argument that I've seen for how Destiny completely butchered his logs sounds reasonable to me. But I don't know how much I put stock in the expert testimony, because my understanding is the expert testimony basically has just said what people say on KF. I think that is mostly true from what I'm aware of. And that's happened a few times in Pixie's case, where it does seem like they're basically getting talking points from KF, which isn't inherently the wrong thing to do at all. It might be that simply you have the legal knowledge and the legal arguments, and just seeing someone lay out like some of the technical stuff in like a way that is logical and has clearly gets you to the conclusion, like, that could be totally fine, right? Not necessarily a massive issue. But when that is the case, I find it difficult to put, especially when the expert testimony is like, I don't know who the expert testimony is coming from or anything. Like, I find it difficult to put extra weight on that, if you know what I mean. The images used by the expert were the images made by Code Cave. The file names were the same, and the words, yeah. KF user, like, common poster on Destiny's thread, like, basically did the work for this, I guess, and then the expert testimony basically copied it. I think that's happened, like, a couple times now. It's like, again, Destiny wants to make it out like that's, like, the end of the world. Like, that's, like, a massive fucking deal. I don't think that's a massive deal, because, I mean, it could be right. Like, if it's right, it's right, you know? And I wouldn't be surprised if basically what Pixie's doing is going to our lawyers, going to this expert witness, whatever, showing them the posts on KF and saying, like, oh, this is what people are saying about it. Is this true? Would this make sense? Would this work? That's like likely what's happening, because I can't imagine they're keeping a mess on it.
Making a false statement, you just don't address it. Because if they don't address it, guess what? They're not in trouble for it. Brettler's working with what he's got, and this is that's how I would do it too. If I couldn't find an expert, I would just ignore the issue, because that's all you can do. That's all you can do. Yes, they got watermarks. So his minions fake the screenshots. I don't know if the Taliban did. I don't know if the foot soldiers did. Maybe Destiny's being truthful. The problem is it doesn't look reliable. Nobody just looking at it would say this is legit. And part of Destiny's problem is going to be he's going to have to explain why it looks the way it is and why it happens the way it does. And the problem for Destiny is he's not technologically savvy enough that there might be a legitimate explanation, but he has no training or expertise to explain why that thing is. Whereas an expert can explain based on my training and experience, here's what's happened, here's what's gone on, blah, 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 blah. Destiny's going to say, well, I did it. And I just trust me, I'm a good boy. That's not going to work for you. That's not going to work for Destiny. So, yeah, and here's the thing. And Zach, you're right. If it's 100% accurate, it looks like horseshit and you can't trust it. And that's Destiny's problem. He's not going to be able to explain why it is the way it is. He's just going to say, I did it, and it's okay. He doesn't have the training to explain why it looks like what it looks like. And the other problem is no technical expert's going to come in and try to explain that, because they're going to look like fucking idiots. So that's, yeah. And now Mr. Pyro is saying, been a member for 10 months. Thank you, by the way. He's saying it'd be hilarious if he got caught for forging evidence. I understand that, but here's the thing. That's not going to be the first time ever that a civil party got caught fucking around with evidence. Like, that happens all the time. So that's not really anything new. That happens a lot. So. So. Lou's saying, I'm going to go on a limb here, but he pulled the chat logs before deleting. He may have. Here's the problem. We still can't confirm it. The hashes are all fucked up now. And if he did, then he fucked himself. He panicked. And you know, this another thing, Lou, I will tell you, and this is something here. Destiny's arguments that Destiny got mad when he kept on, like, I'm being a penny lawyer, and that, you know, he didn't have an attorney on hand, are kind of bearing themselves out. Destiny was kind of running his own show for a little while because he couldn't find an attorney. He was probably scrambling to find one in the meantime, acting on his own. And he deleted shit because no attorney would tell you to do that. An attorney would tell you to leave it all alone. We're going to get an expert. We're going to fuck around with it. Do not touch it. Do not touch it. But yeah, some of it shows exported one way. Some of it shows exported out another way. That there's avatars missing and formatting differences. We don't know what he did. But that, once again, I will tell you, based on what you can see, as I said before, what they don't say tells you a lot about what's going on. Destiny was working without assistance. He did this all on his own. He did this before he got involved, counsel involved, which kind of justifies my theory that he was working by himself. And I know Destiny got mad about that, but it was pretty fucking obvious. His little psycho manifesto, and now we see all this dog shit evidence that's been jerked around with. Kind of, you know, once again, guys, that tells you everything.
I just, like, so badly I wish I could be like a fly on the wall in Destiny's conversations with Brettler. Because how is it going? Like, I don't know whether Brettler's saying basically, look, just do what you got to do and I'll handle it. You know, and that's basically the deference that you get with a, like, you know, the rape lawyer, basically. Or if Brettler is, like, screaming at this guy whenever he comes back into the office and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I truly can't figure out from the outside how it would be. And it just sounds like I could just imagine it being incredibly interesting. I'm going to be real. Which way it goes.
He's working. It tells you everything you need to know. But it does formatting. Like I said, you may be correct. Here's the problem, Lou. I can't trust any of it because it looks so fucking sketchy. So, yeah, he tried to Photoshop because he doesn't know how to modify simple HTML. Yeah. So, it's kind of where we are, guys. Like I said, by looking at it, this tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, he's coping about his nose.
So that's all I'm trying to tell you guys. Now, from here, we're going to skip over actually to the declaration of Jesus Pena. And from here, guys, this is where Pixie got an expert. And this will tell you a lot of things here. So, anyways, he says, my name's Jesus Pena. I'm over 18 years of age. I'm the founder of eForensics. I have over 24 years of experience. My CV is attached. My fields relate to digital forensics and e-discovery consulting. I've been doing this for law firms, corporations, governmental entities, and the federal government since 2000. My forensics includes evidence acquisition, analysis, reporting, and expert witness testimony on ESI, electronically stored information, found on mobile devices, desktops, virtual and physical servers, routing and filtering devices, and cloud storage and computing environments. So he says, as part of my I perform digital forensics. I oversee technicians who do it. I review and analyze electronic data that is mirror image or otherwise retrieved from those computers. I've testified over 50 times as an expert or a fact witness in depositions, hearings, and trials in state and federal court. So he's done this a little bit. No, he doesn't work for Aperture. I've been in the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida, which helps him because he's got street cred in this court. Not necessarily in front of this judge, but this court. That helps him a lot. The Southern District of Texas, the District Court of Maryland, in state court in California for LI in Los Angeles, Miami-Dade County, Broward County, Palm Beach County, and Sarasota County. I've written 3 books for Windows, Mac, and mobile phone forensics between 2021 and 2023. And they're titled The Art of is that criminal? I don't know. Investigación Digital Forense, Sistemas Windows, and Analysis.
Wow.
Basically, he's done Spanish. He's written Spanish books on digital forensics there. And then, he's like, I was a panelist at the Recovery Legends. And remember, guys, we talk about all this bullshit. All this bullshit you see here. These groups and organizations, it's all fucking self-elating. So you can credential yourself. We talk about this all the time in the criminal cases we covered. I'm part of the National Conference of Crash Investigators. It's bullshit they make up so they can give themselves credentials to sound important. It's just like the accreditation agencies for labs and all that shit. It's how it all works. But he's been doing these things. He's gone the circuit. It is all dick waving. Yeah. The National Association of Dildo Sniffers. I'm a certified dildo sniffer.
Okay, let's get through some of this. I got it.
Went into effect October 1st. Stop with this. What my understanding of this case is, these are claims pursuant to the prior to the effective date. And he says, as discussed below, he transferred it to Discord. The username Rose on April 9th, 2022, which is prior to the effective date. And he says, as discussed below, the April date night is inconsistent, appears to have been tampered with. Let me see here. So, science equals science. I need to work on my Espanol. Would actually help me a lot in court. So, they say, however, for the purpose of continuing accountability analysis, I will assume the date was actually that day. He's going to say it's bullshit. Well, I can prove it to you even without that. So on November 9th, 2024, 29 of the files were posted to kiwifarms.com. It's kiwifarms.st. That's the safest and most reliable place to go. Kiwifarms.st is the place to go. Got to help them all out here a little bit.
Okay.
By an individual with the screen name Solo Tiny Leaks, who created an account the very same day. One of the 29 files was the video as defined. The leaked files originated from Discord. It can be seen by 2 of the file names. Prepended with spoiler, because you can do spoiler tags on the farms. The file naming convention is unique to Discord and applied when an attachment was added. The user flags it. And now here's the problem I have, chat.
China does year, month, day, because, it's just further Western humiliation. What can you even say? Well, like, they've got
Kiwi Farms and American Internet.
Learn Mandarin. Give up and learn Mandarin.
Form that originated in 2013. Primarily known for its organized campaigns of group trolling. Nope. Harassment. No. Doxing. No. It's publishing private information. It's publishing information that's publicly available. Stalking against online figures. Fuck you. No, it's not. It's a curation of people's bullshit, and they get mad when it gets curated. It's an information collecting website. Particularly members of marginalized groups, like attorneys, like this one.
Yo!
This had been linked to several real-life harassment and multiple suicide bullshit.
Take it easy.
Linked to its intermittent platforming by ISPs. Yeah, Trump says, are you a farmer? I mean, am I a farmer?
No need for that at all.
I don't know, maybe. Although this is my, this is the one I use, my public-facing one. But I've had a private one for a while. So yeah. But I lurked for a long time. Then I have an account that I run on my own, and not everybody knows. Some people are trying to figure it out. So that is a thing there. And, but yes, I am. The farms have done nothing wrong, and that's the thing. The farms have done nothing wrong. And without the farms, Pixie would have been fucked. I am anonymous. No, I'm not. I do appreciate his use of Bart Fink images, though, as thumbnails, or as things there. So they say, moreover, there's evidence of tampering and spoliation. There are multiple factual disputes. And he says, first of all, the challenge must be denied. Okay, sorry, we're going to go to we need to get to this guy's actual, just keep going here. The fact that some of the files begin with spoiler indicate the hacked files originated from a Discord account that sent and received them. It could have been from Rose's or Destiny's. Destiny claims the leak likely came from a compromise, but this has not been publicly or conclusively established. And that's correct. That is correct. So after Destiny's disclosure, the video remained on Discord's content delivery network until it was finally deleted by Destiny after the Farms post by Solo Tiny Leaks. Between April 9th through at least sometime in December of 2023, the video had continuous ongoing posting with unprotected, unrestricted accessibility initiated by Destiny by means of a URL, Uniform Resource Locator, web address, or via queries to any number of search engines. This unprotected, unrestricted accessibility of a video is a result of how Discord implemented storage, and it's attached. Okay, wait. So, and I want to make sure that's correct. Is this true?
Okay, yeah, I think I heard Destiny contesting this. I don't know if you can query it through a search engine. I think using the URL, you could get the file, but I don't think you could get it through through a search engine.
As a thing? That you can, like, URL that shit that's put on Discord? That's pretty cool. Interesting. So between April 22nd and up until sometime in 2023, when the vulnerability was finally rectified, Discord was known to have a significant security issue, wherein all attachments sent messages were permanently accessible, publicly accessible, from the CDN servers by navigating to a permanent web address that pointed to the attachment. So anybody could have found it if they had gotten it that way. So literally, it was basically sitting out on the internet for everybody to see. Good job, Destiny. Good job. Good job, Destinito. Yes. Joint air attack team says yes. Okay, thank you. And they say here in this community forum post was taken from the Wayback Machine.
No, it wouldn't be
privacy for CD.
indexed. Google would not be crawling and indexing people's private Discord DM file things. That's not a thing.
And attachments. This whole resulted in bad actors using the platform for malware. They talk about a bunch of places where this happened. A bunch of people talking about it. To address the vulnerability in 2023, they did authentication enforcement, which replaced permanent links with temporary ones that expire within 24 hours. By doing so...
Yeah, but the Discord thing is about the URL being permanently accessible. Permanently publicly accessible. Where if you just sent someone if you had the URL of the file in your chat, anyone could download the file, regardless of whether it was you had permission in the app through your account or not. But it would not be crawled and indexed in a search engine. That's not true.
Discord solved the CDN hosting malware. Equally important, it also resulted in the inability of search engines like Google and Bing to index the files because the engine crawlers returned a day later. The URLs expired and the engines could not do it. Is this civil or criminal? It's entirely civil. It's a 100% civil lawsuit. Nico says, can I enable the casino emotes here? I know Noel does. I don't know how to do any of that. So yes, I'll try if I learn how. So they say Discord generates new temporary URLs. And they say this new link occurs in the background only if the recipient or sender views the message with the attachment. At that point, they render the message on the screen and automatically create a new link. What is important to note is that once enforcement went into effect, any old styles became obsolete and the attachments were no longer reachable with the old styles, but the attachments physically remained on the core and servers. And they say, here's where he's getting to. Of importance is that before or after the implementation, if the attachment was removed by the sender, in this case here, Destiny, it would delete it from the Discord servers and then the cache servers. And now he's going to explain what that all means, Jack. Some of you might say, I don't understand what that meant. We'll get to why. Because I'm not computer literate either. Back to the video file. Solo Tiny Leaks appears to have obtained it from Rose's Discord account in November 2024. Thus, the video attachment remained stored between April 22nd and November 29th and remained accessible to Rose until it was deleted by Destiny. However, it was also publicly accessible via the permanent link and reachable by the index engines to 2023. And it says, although the length of the permanent URL made it virtually impossible for anyone to guess it, nevertheless...
It wasn't a bug. It was... Well, I don't know if it was a bug. I don't know if you call it a bug. They said it was an exploit. It's like an oversight, right? They just didn't... That's just the way they had their media stuff set up, and they didn't change it for ages.
Less dissemination and propagation likely occurred through the indexing. Although search engines do not index video or audio content itself, it does index multimedia files, metadata, which can be rich in information. As a result, search engine queries could have stumbled upon the video simply by searching for keywords. No need to guess the URL. Therefore, it's not known if Google ever indexed the video. It is a highly likely scenario. Whoa, goddamn. So that means there was CP, and that means the CP from Rose was kicking all on the internet. Whoa, buddy. And these are confirmed cases.
Like, is this true? I guess we'll see their explanation.
And this is talking about a guy named Zscaler. He reported that CDN was exploited for malware distribution. There's Trellix. Trellix known over 10,000 malware campaigns. It says, in short, ongoing dissemination occurred because the video was not deleted until after November 29th. And there was an active and permanent URL that went through December of 2023. And it's, they're known to index this shit. And then they say in conclusion, by Destiny's own admission, he used Discord to send the video as an attachment. There were no protective measures in place to safeguard it. such as the platform used to send the video would encrypt. The
Yeah, I don't know
platform
how
would store
true this
attachments
is.
in an encrypted state, and or the recipient would give assurances that it would be safeguarded. And the Discord vulnerabilities being publicly available should have been considered by Destiny, as it was a known issue in the Discord community for an entire year before he sent the video. Oh no. Oh no. The video remained active until 2023 when Discord converted the temporary links, but by that time, Cardi B had been back for 13 months. Oh! Oh, God. Oh, my God. Moreover, the video remained accessible to Rose and anyone had access to it. Whoa. Oh. Oh, God, chat. Oh, wow. Oh, you guys messed up the tower there. Wow. Somebody throws in an H. Throws in the N and they're not done yet. Jeez. You guys got a lot. You guys like the G. Cram is just like K. Buy another vowel. All right. Oh, you're a fucking bot. Thank you. I don't need that. The defendant's evidence mismanagement and consequent unreliability. True. A review of the pleadings materials would indicate the defendant's ESI was not collected and preserved in a forensic sound manner. Well, I think we can all agree from looking at it. The failure constitutes a critical deficiency as the foundational principle dictates that cryptographic hash values must be generated at the time of collection to ensure integrity and authenticity. Without it, there's no reliable method to determine if the data set has been altered or compromised. It's the cornerstone of digital forensics. And they say, for comparison, Pixie's acquisition log of her mobile phone, which includes the hash values, is attached as Exhibit B. Destiny's mismanagement renders the production entirely unreliable as it cannot be authenticated if asked to reproduce the findings. There's no way to test it to assure that it hasn't been altered. His evidence is not reliable. It cannot be authenticated. And we're going to go to, and here's where they show the problems. Here's where they show the problems. But we'll go to Exhibit B real quick so you guys can see what an exhibit is here. This is what like examination stuff looks like. I've seen police departments use Verikey before. Most police departments use Cellbrite, but you get shit like this. You see all these logs where things are attached. Notice the thing documents when did you start? When did you succeed? We were connected to the device. We extracted data. The device was unlocked. We extracted things. We were completed. We completed file system stuff. Reports were generated. Notice all this stuff happens. The result summaries. This is all shit I don't understand, but you see the hash values. Notice we don't see any of that for Destiny. We see kind of like shit kind of glued everywhere and photoshopped in. That's a hash, chat. These are the hashes right here. These are the authentication things they can reproduce with. And they talk about spoliation. There's a significant evidence of apparent document tampering. And the first instance is because of the Discord messages, which were prepared after January 17th, and the corresponding messages were done well before January 17th. And they talk about the ones from Rose, and there's a bait stamp, and that bait stamp you guys see, these are the bait stamps we've talked about before. Any sort of professional work, it does this so you can track it all. I'm in top chat. I can see your guys' towers, but half the time you got like I'm in Discord. I'm in StreamYard chat right now. What kind of sandwich was I eating? A bologna sandwich. A bologna sandwich with Chick-fil-A sauce on it. Very good. Very good. Thank you for asking. But anyways, notice that's all the stuff we talked about, chat. Remember, it was so obvious. You see all these problems, all the shit that's getting highlighted.
Okay.
There's stuff here that just doesn't work.
I don't know how much more this
So note the messages from the defendant are in US date format, and the times doesn't actually match the ones on the right, but are in European date format. He says there's an apparent sign of tampering, where she comments to have viewed the video at 8:33 before its documented arrival at 8:36, which is physically impossible. Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
Uh-oh.
Dude. How have you fucked this up this bad? Even if you're faking shit, how do you fuck it up this bad?
And the times doesn't actually match the ones on the right, but are in European date format. He says there's an apparent sign of tampering, where she comments to have viewed the video at 8:33 before its documented arrival at 8:36, which is physically impossible. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no! You got caught, Destiny! And this is what happens when people fuck around. They forget to get things done because she says, I love it. That was amazing. I can't wait to blow you now. You're off by 3 minutes, Destiny! Oh. Lou, okay, listen. You understand any of this? Here's the point. Here's the point the guy's bringing up. Destiny says he sent it at 1:36 p.m., okay? We're going to get to this here. I'm presuming I'm going to be good faith Gary here for you, buddy. I'm going to be good faith Gary here for you, okay? Destiny says he sent it at 1:36 p.m. or a.m., right? It looks like it's sent at 1:36 a.m., right? I think we'd agree that's what time it's sent. Destiny deleted it off his logs here. Fair enough. These logs, Destiny's log, we know would be deleted. And I think we'd all agree Destiny deleted pursuant to her request. What do we have a problem with here, though, man? This is a big problem for Destiny. Is that, and we need to go back to drawing. We're going to do drawings now. So Destiny says, on this thing here from Rose, it came at 1:36 a.m. Right? I think we'd all agree that's what it says. Okay. When you go over here to 8:33 p.m., She says, oh, I'd love it. Oh my God. She says, that was amazing. I can't wait to blow you now. What is Rose responding to? Because notice, this is missing here from this side of the equation. If this is Rose's text messages to Destiny, why is that entire line?
Yeah, dude, what has he added messages that make it sound like she won't suck his dick? What is going on here?
Missing? Why is that entire line missing? That's a problem. That's the first problem. That's problem number one. Problem number one. Okay. Then there's problem number two. She's saying that was amazing, like she watched something or responded to something. Okay. How did she respond to something sent at 1:36 if it's dated 1:30, 8:30? You know, basically she said, you know, notice that would be 8:36 p.m. when Destiny sent it. That's problem number two. Destiny and ZipZip is Destiny's not a forensic expert, and we're gonna go over ZipZip. ZipZip is some dumb on the internet sucking Destiny's dick.
Yo,
I don't trust them.
I totally disavow the language, but I agree with the sentiment 100%.
Fuck what they have to say. We can listen to them cope and seethe and piss and shit, but ZipZip's not a fucking forensic expert. They can make up whatever the fuck they want. They don't know how this works. They don't have an answer. Okay, I don't care what their answer is. That's like some sovereign citizen trying to explain shit to me. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care what they're saying. It doesn't fucking matter. Destiny doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. If he would have got an expert if he did. I don't give a fuck what a bunch of rum bums who fuck around on DGG, Destiny's fucking tribe of Pejits, or fucking food slops, the fucking retarded Asian fucking talk about.
Oh, yo, chill.
Like, I don't give a shit what the Dally Bag can come up with.
Chill.
Go get me an expert. Go get me an expert that can say why this is
YouTube and Twitch out here.
Go get me an expert. I don't give a fuck what they have to say. It's coping and seething and faggot.
I'm ending my Twitch stream.
Like, Destiny's gonna have to explain why his shit looks like it's all photoshopped. He doesn't have an answer for that. And I'm not trying to yell at you, Lou, but it's like, I don't give a shit what these guys have to fucking say. Like, come on. Like, are you really gonna listen to them and say, oh, they present good points? Like, I'm giving you the credit enough to say, no, you wouldn't sit there and look at it. The response to I don't give a fuck what the response is to this. I don't give a fuck. They have no credibility here to explain this away. You know, if like this is where I hate to say this, but credentialism isn't good. But like, get me a CV, man. Like these guys need some fucking CVs and shit, and they ain't got one.
Give me your CV.
Is known for jerking off.
Zip, post your CV.
They're gonna have to zip. Like
Zip, post your CV.
No. And like I said, Lou, I'm just trying to tell you. I don't care what your answer at this point should just be to disregard them. Because Destiny, there's nothing Destiny's gonna say here that's gonna convince me this guy's wrong. Like, you should just assume right now they're fucking lying. Because that's it. I don't have time to worry about their answers. I don't have time to worry about their answers. And you shouldn't either. You should not give these fucking scumbags time of yours. That's time of yours that you just gave them and you'll never get back. Those are minutes closer to your impending death that we all face. That you just gave to Destiny and ZipZip. I mean, and flute slops. Like, you know, some 41% Asian guy. I don't have time for that. I ain't got time for that. Dude. I ain't got time for that.
This guy's talking my language.
So, this is my entertainment. I enjoy this time. I understand. I'm just telling you, if you're going to hear that, it's all bullshit. Whatever they could say, I don't have fucking time for. I don't have fucking time for their gay-ass bullshit. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that, man. I ain't got time for them. So, access base.
I don't save Twitch VODs.
No, I don't need a hemp tree. No. And like I said, chat, we're past the suffer part. This is suffer. Where did that part of the program? So that's the thing here. There are two massive problems Destiny cannot explain away. And remember, if he tries to explain away, nobody's going to fucking believe him. I'm not going to believe him. And have fun convincing a jury when Mr. Pena gets up there and says, you know, I think here's what's going on.
Dude.
Yes. So anyways, we're going to move on here. He says the timeframes are physically impossible. The only way to update Discord user is for the owner to delete or edit, which in this case, an edit would have edited appended to the message, and no such qualifier is seen. Yeah. This temporal consistency serves as a indication of post-Discord export manipulation. And Destiny relied on these same chat excerpts in his motion to dismiss, revealing the same inconsistency. He relied on the two documents as the sole support. And once again, here's the problem. You can't rely on it because he has to show why his facts are correct. That's why he's going to lose. The defendant appears to have manually transposed content from a Discord chat user with the screen name in Bloom. The timestamps in the Google file and the URLs in the chat history do not match from the same list the defendant prepared. It's set to Abby MC below. And this guy actually went through and read through this. And here's the thing, guys. I didn't bother reading through these and picking it apart. Well, because I'm not getting paid for it. But we looked at this already and we said, it doesn't say what program was used because, like, it'll say prepared by or data collated or extrapolated by whatever program. There's none of this. There's nothing here. This is just shit put on a spreadsheet. If this was a spreadsheet that was properly put together, you know, if you're doing this as a company, like cells are merged, things like this would be centered. There's just so much of this that just He screenshotted off a fucking Excel thing. It wasn't done as a pre-produced thing. I mean, it's all sketchy as hell. But like all these dates, he's like, I went through these. There's issues with these trails, everything. Yeah. Yeah, what's a ts.mp4? I don't even know what the hell that means. No, Mayo. Yeah, ts.mp4. Whoa, buddy. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, we talked about this last time, guys. So much of this doesn't make any fucking sense. So much of this doesn't make any sense, but he's already highlighted things. You know, you see all this stuff here.
Harrison,
you know, he brings all this
that's
up.
like,
Stuff does not make
this
sense.
is the thing. People look at this the totally wrong way. The actual insane part is that someone has got the 100% attention and backing. There are no other orbiters left. Someone has 100% of DGG backing and support. And Destiny appearing on their stream every other night. And they're only 100 to 200 viewer streamer. That's the actual crazy part.
He says this is evidence of tampering. The two links in the two chat threads are actually not the same links. The highlighted links show that, you know, these are not correct. The highlighted URL has ZH31 right in the middle of it. ZHR31 at the bottom. And the other is ZHR31 as well. But, you know, he says, also the highlighted URL is a WTB/view. And yeah, here you go. This is how you get caught. People avoid child pornography charges by trying to mess with all this data. And they get caught usually because they fuck up with like one. And the bottom one is a WBW view. I'd also point out there's the, whatever that's called, value. But like, there's so much of this shit that doesn't, it's not, you know, it's Z31. You know, see, here's the problem with this guy. He says Z31 there. It's ZHR3I. So
Dude,
Destiny's
this person started their streaming career by telling everyone they were a pedophile. I feel like Destiny Defender is a step up, no? You know, you can hate, but they've improved their situation.
fucking catching himself there. There's 3I and then there's 3-1. He didn't do it. This was not typed up the right way. Yes, csam.exe, yes. So, but guys, that's the neat thing. A professional actually looking at this can analyze it. We're just sitting down looking at it. But notice, we could just say this looks, it looked like bullshit from our own view. You know, you see more of this stuff here. You know, the highlighted link begins with 1K, and then the other one does 1 space or 1 underscore K. Also, the link has an L8-NL. The other one has a 18-N space L. Yeah, look at this. You've got like these things don't match up. It's not reliable. It appears to have been tampered with. And Destiny states because the original file names is not the same as either. Proves he never.
When Destiny would go on JStalks, it would be like, you know, 600, 1,000 viewers. It ain't for food shops.
At the video, but Destiny's comparing apples and oranges. The two file names he sent are not file names. Instead, they are Google Drive link URLs. And he says under the penalties of perjury, I declare this is true. I mean, there you go. There's nothing. There's nothing Destiny could say that's going to contradict any of this. That's going to make any fucking sense to anybody. I don't care what him and Zip Zik and Suck and Boot Slops can all hang out with. There's nothing to workshop here. There's nothing to workshop. Like, there's nothing here, guys. Like, this is just, it's game over. It is fucking game over for Destiny. You know, and this guy just cites all the shit from the farms that got leaked. And yeah, wow. It's a needed where it looks like he's modified. You know, like I could tell Destiny's like telling me that happens. I'm very sorry to hear that. I hope he is released. But yeah. Yeah, I've seen, but there's thousands of these videos too. Angela, my next game stream, yes. And guys, Rule 56 is in the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. Your state probably has it as well under a similar thing here because that's everybody pretty much copies the federal system, federal rules. Anyways, this is Rule 56 summary judgment. Oh, come on here. You come here, Mom? Come here. Come on. Like she walks up to me and then turns away. So I tried. So this covers rules for summary judgment. And it says times to file motions. And ultimately, when you're doing summary judgment, if you're one side or another, you're trying to show there's no genuine dispute as to any material fact and that you're entitled to judgment as a matter of law. Now, here's the problem. When it comes to summary judgment, you may ask for summary judgment and you may lose. You might say, Judge, look, we have all the facts. Everybody agrees on the facts. I should win. And the court may look at all the evidence and go, yeah, you know what, actually,
we got it.
This could totally
fuck him. This could totally fuck him if he's brought evidence. We got it.